Hello! So exactly 1 year ago, I decided to change my face with mewing. I heard it wouldn't work since I'm an adult and faces apparently can't be changed after puberty, but thankfully I refused to believe it and I proved it wrong. So I'm gonna share very vulnerable progress pictures and footage in order for you to see my journey from the very beginning until now in a way I didn't share yet, and also I will share additional knowledge that I gained during the year which I also incorporated in my routine. But first, let's start from the very beginning. So this was my face exactly 1 year ago. It was very narrow and underdeveloped. Of course, it bothered me a lot, especially jawline and the area under the chin, which looked like that even though I was skinny. So taking those first few pictures was hard, because if I moved a little bit more to the side in order to capture my side profile, like in a better way, it would show my other eye because my face was so narrow. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but if you can't, just consider yourself lucky. The front of my face was extremely asymmetrical as well, so like it's very hard for me to share this, because when I was taking those pictures I never thought that I will share it with anyone, show it to anyone, but it would be selfish of me not to share the positive impact that mewing had on my face, so it's fine. The first few months of mewing were the hardest for me because it required my full focus and a lot of discipline. My mewing reminder was set to every 10 minutes, and even then I was not consistently mewing, right? I didn't have enough space to fit the tongue fully on the upper palate, but luckily I was doing mewing exercises from the first day of the journey, so my tongue strength was improving, and at the same time my upper palate was expanding, so it fully expanded after 2 or 3 months. I was very consistent and disciplined with tongue exercises and with working on my body posture as well. I followed more rules such as proper swallowing pattern, proper chewing, mealtime exercises, and some other things as well. So it started to consume a lot of my time, but it was worth it because very early on all that effort was followed by slight improvement of the asymmetry and the slight upswinging of my face. First change I noticed was that my nose became more curvy. Cheekbones became more prominent and I started to breathe better, especially during the night. During the next few months, bigger changes started to happen. My chin came more forward, a lower jaw gained more structure, my under chin area started to look better, nose changed, ramus became longer, mandible arches had more structure, even though it was still not very obvious. But I do want to emphasize that in every picture I had the same posture. Teeth were in contact, tongue was on the roof of the mouth, my chewing muscles were relaxed, lips were together, and I took every picture from the same distance as well. The angles are slightly different, but I try to have the same angle each time. So as months were passing by, I worked more and more on my neck and shoulder posture, realizing how important it was. Finally, I started working on my core in general, making it stronger, and that's when my mandible came forward the most. So at this point I'm doing tongue exercises, mealtime exercises, I'm working on my posture, and I'm mewing consistently. After 10 months of doing all that, my side profile transformed and everything on my face came up and forward. Even the asymmetry improved a lot, but I was still not completely happy with that aspect, and at that point mewing became a little bit challenging since I had asymmetrical palate. Also, I didn't like the distance between my upper lip and the nose, and I also thought that just overall optimal harmony of my features should look different. So for that reason, 2 months ago I started face pulling course, which took this journey on whole another level. I realized that not only palatine suture that's placed on the middle of the maxilla is responsible for changing the face, but also other facial sutures as well. So I started working with those. I already made a face pulling video, but I didn't include the side profile pictures, nor I talked about the effect the course had on my face other than the symmetry. So it definitely improved the symmetry of my face, but it also made my face a lot shorter, and the distance between the upper lip and the nose shortened as well. My maxilla moved up and forward, as well as mandible. So this made me realize how mewing and face pulling complement each other. The course itself promotes mewing, right? But it's also made in such a way that it helps people with narrow palates and other structural issues in order to be able to maintain the proper tongue posture more easily. Plus, the course reveals the importance of other skull sutures and the benefits of working on those. So even though I started face pulling techniques to improve the symmetry, I got many additional benefits from it. So if we compare the beginning of the journey to the most recent picture of me, there's a visible improvement of the asymmetry, such as mandible arches are more even, left side of the face isn't as flat, nor is the right side as prominent, face is shorter, chin is more prominent, and overall proportions of the face are more aesthetically pleasing. Side profile is what actually reveals what happened to my face in order for those changes to take place. There's a very obvious upswinging of my face if we focus on the tip of the nose and the chin, and this moment made the ramus more visible and the jawline sharper. The area under the chin improved, there's less fat, which makes the chin stand out even more, and the distance between nose and the upper lip is shorter, as I mentioned even before, but the whole upper lip looks different, which reveals the change not only in bite but in muscles that I used to use during swallowing. So I think this really proved that mewing works for adults, so really pay attention to who you listen to. Use this as your motivation that you can accomplish the same and even greater results. Just remember that you only have two options at this point. You can either improve your tongue posture and appearance, or to not improve your tongue posture and have your appearance decline further. So staying the same is basically not the option, so that alone should motivate you. Okay, so that's all from me for now. Thank you for watching and bye.